Welcome to Hero Villains, a place where enthusiasts of mythology and ancient legends can indulge in their passion. Today, we will explore the fascinating similarities and differences between two of the most powerful mythological figures, Zeus, the supreme king of the Greek gods, and Odin, the all-father of the Norse pantheon. Prepare yourself as we unravel the mysteries behind their mighty reigns. Zeus and Odin share a common trait: both were married to women from the same tribe. When catastrophic natural disasters and extreme weather began taking lives across the world, Zeus couldn't sit idly by. His anger erupted and he decided to take action. He soared across the skies over Vatican City, his presence leaving humans in awe. Without hesitation, Zeus entered the Sistine Chapel and unleashed a thunderous bolt of lightning, striking the chapel's roof and shaking everything to its core. The supreme ruler of the gods had returned, declaring that Earth was now under his control. But before we dive deeper into the analysis, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell. It helps us out. Not long after Zeus appeared, other gods from various pantheons began to reveal themselves to prevent any conflict between them. Odin, the all-powerful father, invited all the gods to Valhalla for a meeting where they agreed not to wage war. Zeus, holding the title of King of the Gods in Greek mythology, ruled from his majestic throne atop Mount Olympus. As the son of Cronus and Rhea, Zeus overthrew the Titans and claimed control of the universe. However, the first strike against the gods did not come from Zeus but from Odin, who, along with his sons Thor and Loki, launched a conquest. When questioned about their previous peace treaty, Loki simply responded that it was his father's desire, a thirst for conquest. The Greek gods were known for their immortality, a trait that defined them regardless of their power levels. They didn't merely live forever. Death, as humans understand it, couldn't touch them. Meanwhile, Norse gods had long lifespans and were difficult to kill, but they could still die. In fact, they would be destroyed if we accept Ragnarok as the truth of Norse mythology, which remains debated. Odin could easily defeat Zeus, but the thunder god would be brought back to Olympus and resurrected with renewed strength. Undeterred, Odin marched straight to Mount Olympus, resulting in a cataclysmic attack. The Silver City atop Olympus was engulfed in storms and flaming lightning. The Norse gods waded through a sea of blood atop their enemies, and as Olympus crumbled, they savored their victory, watching from the Hall of Ares as the mountain fell. Zeus believed that the Norse gods were wasting their time, for they would never reach the heights of Olympus, whose foundations were as firm as destiny itself. But at that moment, Zeus' palace began to tremble and pieces of it started to collapse. It turned out that Odin had brought Jormungandr, the giant Midgard serpent, to destroy everything in its path. Thor, wide-eyed with disbelief, couldn't fathom that this day had come. He never imagined witnessing such destruction. Wielding Mjolnir, the legendary unbreakable hammer capable of changing size at will, Thor had the power to level mountains. He could crush peaks and carve deep valleys. Mjolnir not only returned to Thor after being thrown but never missed its target. Moreover, it could even resurrect the dead, like the two goats Thor used as an endless food source. When united, the Norse gods could lift and manipulate a massive boulder as large as a mountain. Their strength and stamina were boundless, and they never tired. Additionally, Thor's servant Thialfi had a speed greater than the storm winds, surpassing 70 miles per hour. While Thor and Loki could keep up with him, Thialfi had not yet reached his full speed. When Thor drank from a magical cup connected to the ocean, he drank so much that the sea level dropped across the world. Legend says this is the origin of the tide. Some theories suggest that if Thor had taken 4 more drinks from the cup, he might have drained the entire ocean. Odin's spear, Gungnir, was famous for always hitting its target, not because it was a guided weapon, but because it was so easy to use that anyone, regardless of skill or strength, could wield it effectively. This meant that every time Gungnir was thrown, it always landed a fatal blow. However, this ability could be nullified if Gungnir were destroyed before it hit, just as Fenrir did during Ragnarok. Zeus, along with Ares Aphrodite, fumed with rage, seeing the actions of the Norse gods as nothing more than pure cowardice. Despite their anger, Odin managed to summon Jormungandr, the massive serpent capable of encircling Midgard, the mortal realm, with a weight of thousands of tons. Thor, facing the world serpent, struggled mightily. When Jormungandr transformed into a giant cat, Thor mustered all his strength to lift it, but could only raise one of its legs off the ground. Even so, this effort caused massive destruction for miles, the earth collapsing beneath his feet had that force not been redirected elsewhere. In an unrelated event, Thor accidentally pulled the serpent out of the sea when he mistook it for a fishing lure. In a burst of fury, Ares decided to demonstrate the true power of war. He hurled his massive axe, and in an instant, Jormungandr's head was severed from its body. Proud of his victory, Ares declared that he would keep the beast's head as a glorious trophy. But in that moment of pride, Loki the trickster silently approached Ares from behind and plunged a dagger into his chest. The lethal strike killed the god of war instantly. Although all Greek gods are considered immortal and indestructible, Loki accomplished the unimaginable. In fact, Pan is the only Greek god believed to have died, and his death occurred when humanity stopped believing in him. In contrast, the Norse gods age, though they can be rejuvenated by the golden apples of immortality. However, they cannot recover from mortal wounds. Meanwhile, Zeus, with the power of thunder, can destroy entire cities, a feat he has performed many times. His strongest thunderbolt can shake and threaten to obliterate the entire world from Earth to Tartarus, from the atmosphere to Olympus, shaking the seas and even reaching the endless void of chaos. Oh, when Poseidon and Zeus combine their powers, they can create massive floods capable of engulfing the world. Even on his own, Poseidon can cause a flood to wipe out a city and even hurl an island 5 miles wide to imprison a giant. With his divine trident, Poseidon can create devastating earthquakes, destroy major cities, and open chasms that reach the depths of the earth. His control over water goes beyond limits, as he can command all water sources on Earth, even causing floods strong enough to fill Tartarus itself. At the same time, with just a few summoned lightning bolts from the sky, Zeus completely obliterated Aphrodite, leaving her no chance to counter. Now, as Zeus stands alone, Loki realizes that he cannot match the thunder god's power and resorts to his cunning tricks. On the brink of death, Loki, the schemer, kneels and pleads for mercy. In an unexpected turn, Zeus, the great god, truly grants Loki forgiveness. Poseidon's ability to control winds and storms allows him to create gusts strong enough to shake the entire earth and generate terrifying tempests. Zeus once defeated Typhon, a giant monster large enough to attack Olympus while standing firmly on the ground, and according to some sources, it stood hundreds of miles tall. Typhon was so powerful that it could throw entire mountains, but Zeus used the power of his lightning to strike back. In one version of the myth, Zeus buried Typhon under the earth by hurling Mount Etna on top of him. However, Zeus admits that he never imagined Odin would act so foolishly, as we witness the much anticipated showdown between the king of the Greek god. Zeus, primarily a sky god associated with thunder and lightning, is further empowered by his role as the god of weather. Odin's omnipotence not only symbolizes supreme power but also reflects his deep involvement in both the divine and human worlds. He guides them through the complexities of life and death, helping them face life's harshest challenges. Meanwhile, Zeus is known for his numerous enchanting affairs with goddesses, demigoddesses, and mortal women, producing powerful offspring, each contributing to the rich tapestry of Greek mythology. Stories about Zeus often highlight his irresistible charm and allure. The temples under the reigns of Zeus and Odin reflect their unique leadership styles and the core values of their two great cultures. Under Zeus's rule, the gods on Mount Olympus form a diverse assembly, each with distinct personalities and domains, creating a vibrant and dynamic mythological world. Zeus's reign is often seen as eternal, symbolizing unending continuity. The Greeks believed in a cyclical view of time where the reign of the chief gods persisted through the ages. Even when facing great challenges like the Gigantomachy or rising threats, Zeus's throne remained steadfast and unshakable. In contrast, Odin was keenly aware of the impending doom, a fate he foresaw in his relentless quest for knowledge. The Norse gods are not truly immortal, though they can recover from severe wounds like Loki did. After enduring serpent venom, they can still be killed by fatal injuries, a fate the ancient Norse believed would come to pass during Ragnarok. Conversely, the Greek gods can regenerate from almost any physical damage and are truly immortal, with their only threat being humanity losing faith in their existence. Both pantheons possess extraordinary strength to perform feats like lifting mountain-sized objects. However, Poseidon's ability to move entire islands certainly gives the Greek gods an advantage. Thor and Odin are no less powerful, perhaps even stronger. While Poseidon's control over all water on Earth is formidable, Thor could counter by drinking the oceans dry, assuming the Norse gods were desperate enough to do so, though it would render the planet barren. The battle would be so devastating that it could leave the Earth's surface a wasteland void of life if no one could restrain their destructive power. The global geography would be drastically altered, with vast areas submerged, islands and mountains leveled, scattered across oceans and continents, and smoldering craters perpetually emitting smoke. However, I believe that in the end, the Greek gods would prevail thanks to their absolute immortality, not to mention Zeus's ability to destroy the world with his mighty thunderbolt. Even considering the Norse gods' boundless stamina, Zeus's seemingly fragile lightning bolt would not require much effort, especially since he has the power to hurl colossal mountains. With such power, the advantage in this battle lies with the Greek gods. This is why Zeus appears with a thunderbolt. The significance is this: Zeus, above all, has the foresight to know where the lightning will strike. This is a great power. Zeus can also command the lightning at will, which is another immense power few can match. Aside from his natural abilities, Zeus possesses unimaginable speed, allowing him to catch lightning with his bare hands. What's astonishing is that Zeus can do this using only his natural strength without any tools or tricks, when lightning moves so fast that most people can't even see it. It further proves Zeus's superior speed, as he can intentionally grab lightning with his hands. This leads us to Zeus's final lightning-related ability, making him a superior deity in every aspect. If your god or champion cannot withstand lightning, they stand no chance against Zeus. Therefore, for many gods and champions who once walked the earth alongside Zeus, they had to endure lightning strikes for Zeus to even bother fighting them. No one could do this except the Titans, whom Zeus imprisoned in Tartarus. But that's another story. Now, Odin and I believe Freyr of Vanheim are the strongest beings created by the gods. Odin was bestowed with the greatest power, but he was still human, superior to most humans, but human nonetheless. Odin can control lightning, but not at the level of Zeus. For Odin, this requires a tremendous effort, whereas for Zeus, it is merely a natural ability. In fact, Zeus is the frost giant mentioned in Norse mythology, from the kingdom of Jotunheim. Not just any frost giant, Zeus was also known as Laufey, one of the most powerful kings of this race. This is why Loki is called Loki Laufeyson, not Loki Odinson, because Loki is actually a frost giant and a direct descendant of the gods. Zeus had no interest in conquering the human realm, as he ruled Jotunheim, which was the superior of the two realms. However, some peaceful relations were established between the two sides, and this was the truce between Zeus and the people of Asgard. Loki, the son of Zeus, brought great strength and allied with Odin, and despite their differences, this was the ceasefire between Odin and Zeus. In theory, Zeus was stronger. But in reality, Odin's role as a bridge between the two races brought far more benefits than being a direct enemy. When Odin adopted Loki as his son, he further solidified this agreement. But later, Zeus simply used his power, launching a massive lightning bolt from his hand, striking Odin directly. The bolt pierced through Odin's left eye, killing him instantly. This was how Zeus took down Odin, Thor, and Loki, and declared that from then on, only Zeus, the god of thunder, would reign supreme. Odin's pride had led to his downfall. What do you think? We'd love to know your opinions. Thank you for watching. That's the video for today. We'll stop here, and thank you.